Sorry, oh, that's my mistake. Sorry,
Hold it. Where would you hold it? With the lip. Is that?
Well, welcome along then to Waterhall, home of Brighton Rugby, as we prepare for finals night here in Brighton. Alongside me, I've got Tim Sparks.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Nearly ready to go here.
Mate, if I'm talking too much when I'm ref, which I do, feel free to.
Hove in the claret and dark blue. Austin, welcome. I think on this pitch. So we've got 2 league games here to round off the league phase of the FNL Super League action. We are underway. It's picked up nicely by the Hove forwards, and it's an early ruck.
Yeah, this is a match of quite a few ramifications as well, I think. Havant don't need a win. They're going to be top no matter what happens. But Hove, a win here could take them up to second or third. Knowing a loss as well could see TJ surpass them if they win later today.
Absolutely. So it's a scrum down. I think it's a Havant put in the attacking third here for Havant. Early on in tonight's first fixture on pitch 2. And now it comes now, and it's Whittle out, and they've got wingers over here. Can they find them? Can, and he cuts inside nicely, but he's held up by the Hove defence. And the ruck forms over, and they've got space on the right to run into if they can get it through the hands, and they do. Here's Whittle out to number 13. He's just stopped just a metre away from the line. But that's a really good counter tackle from Hove.
Well done.
And Havant just going back and forth, and here's an opportunity. It's number 15, he's in, and he scored!
That's Eric Candy there, that's terrific.
The first try of the night here on pitch 2, and it goes Havant's way. Delightful play, stretching the team backwards, left and right. And he found the yards, cut back inside and finished nicely.
Yeah, number 15, Will Candy, great from him. His coaches have described him as a great all-rounder as well, and you can see that there, the burst of acceleration, confidence. We're underway.
We are, and it's collected by that Hove forward. And up it comes, it's made a few yards there for Hove. And now they get it through the hands of the backs. But he's wrapped up nicely, and it's lost in the tackle. And it's an advantage, says the referee. I think it'll be a knock on Hove, and it'll be a scrum down to Havant. Another Havant put in then. Just seen them use one of these to their advantage. Can they do it again? It's a bit of a competitive scrum, but eventually it comes out. And it might be lost on the ground there, yep, says the referee. So it'll be a free pass to Hove, about 5 metres in from the touchline. And a chance for Havant to regroup and press again. It's a kick through then. Goes high into the sky, and it's just about collected by Havant. The referee does bring it back though. I think he lost it forward, so a Hove put in for the scrum. A bit of a cagey start aside from the first try. Of course, the winners of the event tonight, we've got the cup finals on pitch 1. So after the semis here, we'll have to move over to pitch 1 for the rest of the event. But the winners of that receive bespoke kits. Everyone gets a medal, everyone gets a commemorative plate for playing in the tournament. But of course the cup winners win the cup and a special commemorative plate as well. Wrapped up then by Hove, then the Havant winger. And now it comes for another Havant possession. It's a strong run into contact, but it's well held up by Hove. And the counter-up comes in, and well done by Macy. Out to Whittle now. Whittle, known for his line breaks, and he's done it here again. He's round about 5 of them. Dummies on the line. Is he going to be brought down? No. But the offload is uncompleted. And now Hove can break again.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate there for Havant. A terrific run by Whittle, and then yeah, just unloads it to Leo Hall. Just can't quite claim it in his hands. But this is Havant. This is the Havant we saw on night 2. There's a reason Havant haven't lost yet. They've got fire in their belly.
They're looking dominant as we see this line break again. Alfie Whittle again just breaking through. It's so unlucky with the offload not to be collected, and Havant will be kicking themselves. There should be 2 tries to the good.
Yeah. And as it stands, if they do win this, that is a perfect record they maintain. 7 games, 7 wins.
Very impressive indeed.
You'd have to favour them for the cup.
Kick out from Hove then, clears their lines, but it's collected nicely, and now it's cut inside from the wing, and he's through here. Is he going to make it to the line? He is! Havant do have their second. 4.5 minutes into this one.
Yeah, it's terrific from Rex Crudders. You see him as soon as he gets it on the wing there, he's got one thing in his sights, and that's the try line.
Indeed, it's a great breakthrough, about 2 or 3 or 4 of them, and across the line he went and dived over to score.
Well, this is a team that have picked up where they left off in night 2 and in night 1. They just don't know how to do anything else than win at the moment.
As we kick off again, and the referee just cuts it down for an injury. So a dominant start to this one by Havant. They're 2 tries to the good after 5 minutes, and it really could be more.
Absolutely, and I think they've done tremendous in utilising their wing play. The amount of inroads they've made down there with Leo Hall on one and Rex Crudders on the other. They're causing problems for Hove, who, as it stands, will still finish in the top 4, but a try or 2 would be good for safety, wouldn't you agree, Finn?
Absolutely, and of course the teams across the table split into 2, so the top 4 go into the cup bracket, and the bottom 4 go into the plate bracket. Here come Havant again there. It's a strong break for number 13. Can he beat his man on the line? I think he has got him for pace. Can he get over the line? It's an offload and down. So that number 13 that created it.
Yeah, I believe so. Number 13, Will Morgan. He does terrific there. Does all the legwork, and then a fantastic offload at the end to Rex Crudders, I believe, again for his second try. Just for a second I thought they'd knock him into touch, but
yeah, it was well done by the Hove defender, you've got to say. He wraps him up nicely, took him out, but that's a hell of an offload. And down for Havant's third. Kicked off again then into the arms of the Hove player, but the referee calls it back. It's just going to be a retake, says the referee, so we'll get underway again.
See if we can get Hove getting the ball. Good, so it's got to go 7 past this first young man here, yeah?
So kicked off again by Havant, a longer one into the back right quadrant of the pitch, but that's a really great tackle from Whittle. That's a heck of a contact, and out it comes by the Hove players. But there just seems to be an overlap of Havant players everywhere. Hove turn at the moment. And now they get it to their wingers, and a bit of space opens up, and that's a terrific dummy to get past one. Cuts back inside before being held. And the referee will call it back. for a Hove free pass, I believe.
Yeah, it's a nice little sign of life there from Hove as well. They haven't had much in this opening 7 minutes, but I think a try now, quarter left of this half, I think that will do a lot for their spirits.
It's important to remember, of course, Hove aren't a team without quality. They really do have some danger men in there. And we saw a glimpse of that coming to fruition.
Good. Wait for the tap, please, boys.
So as I say, there's some serious rewards tonight for the teams looking to compete, haven't want to be involved in the cup, and they really should be.
Yeah, well done.
They've changed their kit tonight to really show a bit of intent, I think. Here come Hove though, down their right wing. Before the ball's lost in the tackle, and now it comes to Hall. He's jinking his way through, but it's a great tackle by the Hove player. And now it comes now with some space, and there's an interruption by Hove, and it's going to be pulled back for a knock-on, says the referee. And there's a head injury there after the tackle, so it'll just be seen to, I think. But Havant will have the free pass. Just about.
Absolutely, it's paramount that these officials, who are also in training themselves, focusing on player safety and health before anything. They're outstanding on night 2, and I'm sure again we'll see nothing less but the best officiating.
Absolutely, as we look at the pick and go here, it's a big strong run into contact, and can he present the ball back? Yes, and Havant now have the opportunity to get the ball wide and score their 4th. Can they do it? It's Hall cutting back, cutting in, and scores. Havant have their 4th. 9 minutes gone. Brilliant try.
Yeah, terrific. 2 for Hall, 2 for Crudders. And it's the wide men doing the danger again. Just as Hall gets it, it looks like he's going to go down and hug the touchline. But he just jinks inside there at the last second, and I think that's what catches Hove off guard. Beats his way past 2.
And Havant have their 4th. The referee calls half-time in this one. It's been dominance from Havant so far, and the picks up where they've left off on the previous 2 nights. So,
well, I believe as it stands right now, these 2 teams would still play each other in the cup semi-final, but that could all change because after this we do have TJs. And they are playing Pulborough.
Yep, a really good, entertaining tie.
And that is still on pitch too, so don't go anywhere.
So we get 2 semi-finals on this pitch, so we get one of the plates and one of the cups before we move over to pitch 1. Here are some of the highlights there. And that was Hall going through for Havant's 1st. 2nd soon after, about 4 minutes gone, Crudders goes in, scores. This is the 3rd then, a great break. Before he found his man with the offload to score Havant's 3rd. And the 4th was some more great work down the left flank. Now he came to Hall. Step back inside, steps back outside, and down.
Yeah, it's terrific footwork. I think they've just been a cut above in quality this half. Not even this half, but this tournament haven't. And yeah, they are roaring into the semi-finals. There's resounding favourites, I'd say. But, as you say, there are trophies for everyone at the end. Everyone's a winner, and we have been very lucky to witness 3 nights of terrific play.
Absolutely.
For the next generation of rugby.
We look to get back underway again. Just waiting on the MC to stop the music, and then the referee will blow his whistle. So the referee's just making sure everything's in position. We're just waiting on the other pitch at the moment.
Yeah, while we have a little break, I suppose it's nice to point out the kit change, as you said earlier,
Yep.
because we had a fixture last time where it was nigh on impossible to tell the two teams apart, to the point that the referee had to step in and ask for, I believe it was Havant, to turn their kits inside
Absolutely.
out.
Two teams, I think it was against Pulborough, it was two teams, very black and white looking kits, and haven't taken no risks with their change strip tonight.
No, absolutely not. And they're playing fantastic again and doing it with style and grace this time in a lovely blue and pink strip, as we just await confirmation for the second half to get underway.
Right, Western Park, Chichester, in positions please. Thank you very much.
The MC still just urging on. I think something's happened on pitch 1 here. As we await kick-off for the second half.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a terrific atmosphere we've got here as well at Brighton Rugby Club. All the fans, staff coming out in numbers to support their teams.
Are you good?
And I believe the time is now.
And we are about to get underway yet again for the second half. Will Hove come back into it? Will Havant extend their lead? Let's hope for a good one. And we kick off with Hove. Straight into Havant arms, and he'll be able to run it down their right flank.
Yeah, well done.
And he finds the offload to one of the forwards. He's taking it about another 10 yards or so before being brought down.
Yeah, well done, well done.
Presents the ball nicely back to Macy. Now Whittle. Whittle again with a line break, and he finds his man on the left flank. And Havant pick up again. They have their 5th. Hove don't have a response at the moment.
Nah, it was terrific from Whittle. Just an absolute bulldozer of a player. Picks it up, drives through, and not only that, has the wherewithal to notice Hall. Where again? On that left flank. He sees the space, he drives into it.
It's a great offload, isn't it? And he could have, maybe he could have gone for the line, Whittle, but unselfish to find his supporting teammate.
Absolutely. Speaks volumes of his maturity, and that is a 3rd try for Hull.
It is. Hat trick.
Very impressive display.
Hove pick up then and bring it forward before it's brought down just inside his half. But the turnover for Havant is again effective, and I think that's Whittle brings it forward. Hove counter with a ruck, and the ball's loose. And will Hove get on the ball here? No, Havant will keep hold of it. And here's Whittle again. That's a lovely bit of play. Interchange, and he brings the ball up about 2 metres out now from Hove's try line. As the ball comes out here, they've got a man over if he needs them, but he doesn't. Havant have a 6th. 2 minutes into the second half and 2 tries.
I believe that was Jack McCann as well. Terrific from the fly half there. For a second before, it looked like Whittle was going to get his deserved try, but look at this.
Great dummy.
Sells for it, defender.
Hove, you receiving?
And over the line for another Havant try.
Yeah, and a little fact about Jack McCann, according to his coaches, he is the smallest in the team. What he lacks in height, he certainly makes up for in strength and bravery.
Another kick-off then, caught nicely by Hove, and it's brought up.
Yeah, release, good, well done. No, leave it there.
Brought down. And Hove will get it to their wingers now and look to bring the ball forward and out of their half, and they do for the first time in this second. That's Whittle again with a great tackle coming in, but that's a brilliant ruck position by Hove, and they protect the ball nicely.
Okay, advantage.
Now here they come again. They're building a bit of momentum here, Hove. As the pick and go looked to be on, and that would be a free pass to Hove for an offside call, says the referee.
Yeah, again, it's just a little glimmer of hope for Hove, who haven't had much in this game.
Right.
Just off the camera, there's a space on the left, but they can't quite find it out there.
It's a nice little offload though, and now Hove with a chance to break and try and get the ball through the phases.
Okay, gents, hold there, hold there, hold there. Hove have got the ball, so we'll restart Hove ball.
Oh, there's an injury, so we'll restart with the Hove ball as we just take a break.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you notice any hesitancy in our naming of Hove players, there are no numbers on their shirts, only descriptions that we are trying to match off their scrum colour of their scrum caps.
Yep. As Havant players can take on some words from their coaches and look to keep their momentum in this game, which has slightly slipped since their 6th try, but they're far ahead enough to maybe relax on that front for now.
So Hove had the ball when I stopped.
This has been a statement of intent for whoever they play in the semi-finals, whether it is Hove again or whether the table may shift. We still do not know. TJ's to play later on pitch 2.
A nice moment there as the injured player goes off to a ripple of applause from the crowd gathered around, and we'll be back underway shortly. 6 minutes remain in this one. Havant looking dominant, but Hove looking to build a way back into this one. In and out from Hove, and a chance to get some hands on the ball, but it's kicked forward first. Here's the fullback for Havant. Bring it forward nicely. Finds Cliff. He's run round practically the whole team. Finds Whittle. He's got Hall to his outside and finds him. And he's in again here for his 4th try. Havant 7th. Great work again.
Absolutely, he's been the star of the show today. Terrific. 4 tries, and there's nothing less that he and Havant deserve. It's just fantastic.
They had 4 in the first half. It's taken them 4 minutes to get 3 in the second. And there'll be another Havant kickoff to look to.
And what is his first season of Havant as well, Leo Hall? He's certainly making a good impression.
As the ball comes forward and it's off the foot of the Hove player, so we'll continue. And it makes some good ground for Hove before he's brought down. But that's a great ruck position from the Havant player. Can't quite see who it is. And the referee says he's held on for it too long on the floor, and Havant will have a free pass within the Hove half. 5 minutes to play. Looking for their 8th try of the game as the forwards get onto the ball here. And there's big contact, but it's a great rip by Hove, and here they come. He's got a man of support if he needs him, but he's broken through 2 or 3 of them as Whittle looks to rip, but can't get hands on the ball. And Hove told that they can keep it. Here the forwards get out to their backs. They might have a man advantage on that right flank for the balls. And referee says play on there. As we ruck over, ball goes loose. Who's there first? And I think it's Whittle for Havant. And the ball's gone loose again. And it's just a bit scrappy here, but it's a bit loose on the floor as Hove look to build some more ground here. Ball down nicely, and another ruck sets. This is nice through the phaser stuff by Hove. As there was a Hove advantage there, I think from the side of the ruck. Hove have territory and have a free pass as well. Halfway into the Havant half.
Yes, it was a nice little period of possession for Hove. It was a terrific breakaway down that left-hand side, and Whittle just preventing a release, potentially stopping a try. But see if they can maintain the pressure here and potentially see if it pays dividends.
Hove using the forwards then before coming out wide, but the ball's lost in the tackle, and Whittle can bring it forward for Havant again, and it's another line break for Whittle. Is he going to be brought down? They've gone high, and he's found the offload, and it's Hall again in that left corner, and the ball's put down for Havant's 8th, Hall's 5th, and it's utter dominance from Havant.
That's terrific. I'm at a loss for words for describing Leo Hall's performance so far without sounding like a broken clock. Just terrific down that left-hand side. Again, pace and power.
Absolutely. Whittle again with a line break.
And the awareness to just always be there. He seems like him and Whittle have a telepathic connection. Every time he bursts forward, Hall is right there next to him to offload.
So we'll get back underway then with another Havant kickoff.
The two have formed a fantastic partnership so far in the first game of the final night on pitch 2.
Ball just knocked out play by a Havant hand there, so it'll be a free pass to Havant. With about 2 minutes remaining in the second half. It's been a brilliant display from Havant so far. Look unbeatable at times, and aren't they in the league table, I believe?
Yeah,
all wins so far. This is their 7th in the tournament.
Yeah, they're the only team to have a 100% record in the group phase of this.
And they look to cement themselves into the cup bracket with this result. in their last game of the league phase.
Absolutely. For Hove, it means that they no longer control their own fate. We've seen what happens later when TJ's take on Pulborough. If they win and score 5 tries, they would be leapfrogging Hove. And
In the meantime, though, here come Havant again, and it's Hull. Finds Cliff, and Cliff goes for the line and makes it. 19 minutes gone. They have their 9th try of the night. And it's a rout, really, for Havant.
Yeah, the second one for Cliff. It's just an imperious display of dominance. A real statement of intent ahead of the semi-finals in the cup bracket.
Another brilliant run from Hull. Found support in Cliff, and down he went for Havant's 9th.
Yeah, and apologies if we've misnamed anyone. According to this, there are 2 number 15s, Eric Candy and Willie Cliff, but I believe that was Cliff with the last try.
The referee has called for full time here. And a valiant display from Hove, who did come back briefly in the second half. They didn't get anything on the scoreboard to show for it, but they kept working through the phases and built some good ground, but just picked off eventually again by Havant, who looked dominant and looked good going into their cup matches.
Absolutely, and it would be first who are Havant playing 4th, which as it remains is Hove.
So see some of these. Let's just talk you through this then. So TJ's versus Pulborough is our next game on this pitch, and that could see your Hove's fate either into the plate or into the cup where they currently sit. TJ's looking to put them out and put themselves into the cup bracket for a shot at some bespoke shirts for next season, courtesy of VX3, who are Brighton's sponsorship on the shirt. As we see some of the tries from that second half then, this Cliff found Whittle. Oh, found Cliff again on the wing and tucks it home again.
Yeah, it was a selfless display by Whittle. Had the pace and power to get through almost anyone today, but very smart to offload it just at the right moments.
And again, another instance of Hove just been picked off again by Whittle. Again, this one I believe is an offload held by the Hove player into Cliff, and Paul and Randy went. Back into this one then, and it's Pulborough TJs. Pulborough in their black and white stripes, TJs in the red, blue and white thin stripes across the shirts. It'll be a Pulborough kickoff then. Really interesting game that could put TJs into the top 4 of this. And we look to be ready to kick off again.
3, 2, 1.
And we're underway.
Yeah, you have the feeling here that TJs will be chomping at the bit. They've just seen what's happened with Hove, and they know that now this opportunity in the top 4 is theirs for the taking. They won their last game on night 2 against Chichester to put themselves in this position. If they pick up where they left off, we could see another fantastic display from TJs.
A few nice runs then into contact from TJ so far. Tunbridge Juddians. Before a brilliant tackle comes in, the ball goes a bit loose and the referee does pull it back.
Knock on TJ's, scrum down, Pulborough.
And a bit of Pulborough put into the scrum after a knock on. And a chance for Pulborough just on halfway, just to test the TJ's defence for the first time tonight.
Absolutely, and it's still all to play for Pulborough as well. They know their fate, they're going to be in the plate bracket. However, they're going to give it their all, and they could upset the odds here.
Absolutely could. They have picked up a draw in that last evening of Super League action.
No lift
Their
on the
point
ball.
on the board at the moment.
Yep. No hands, no hands.
So a really competitive ruck comes in there, and it looks to fall on Pulborough's side, and it does. And out it comes then. That's a nice shape on the pass there, but quickly wrapped up by the Tunbridge Juddian player. Before the ball was offset to that number 10, Roddy Cleghorn.
Play there, back foot, thank you.
And the ball through then. There's a nice kick and a bit of pace to be shown then by the Pulborough player. It's number 13, Will Coombs, has wrapped up nicely by his opposite number, Seb Louis. And out comes the ball then. Pulborough looking to use that left flank, and it's a lovely pass over. Can he beat his man there? He's back into contact and wrapped, and another competitive ruck, but it ends up on Pulborough's side again. Looking to stretch the game left and right.
No lift, leave it there, let them play.
That's a very resilient start from TJ's here. They're just not willing to let anything go in defence, but on the back foot here, this has been an impressive start by Pulborough.
Absolutely, as TJ did so well there to rip the ball in contact, and now they've got to break down that right flank. It's a brilliant covering tackle coming in from Pulborough, and he's won the ball back for his side.
Toby Page there with the tackle, that proved pivotal here. Possession has turned over, and now
Clear, no, leave it there, buddy. Leave it there, well done.
As Pulborough pick up the ball again and goes through the hands here, as the referee will put it back for the knock on. That's unlucky.
Boys, both teams,
it's a bit of a wet night here, so the ball's going to be a bit slippy. It's not as cold as the first night, but
yeah, absolutely. And the players are going to have to adapt to the climate as well. We see it. It's all a learning curve in rugby. You can have muddy nights, you can have rainy nights, you can have anything really. It's interesting to see how these players adjust. And the players have had to play through it all here at Waterhall in the 3 nights of Friday Night Lights Super League action. Absolutely. One thing I've noticed by watching the Tunbridge Studians overnight too is that they seem to grow into games. They're not always quick out the blocks. They seem to just grow in resiliency and shape as it progresses. And you know, if they don't concede early, this could be an impressive victory for them. But absolutely, as the rain comes down a little bit harder in Brighton, as Tunbridge Studians attack this left flank, for the player wraps him up on the ground. And what's the referee going to call here? Yeah, terrific progression by second movement, says the referee, so it'll be a free kick. James Green, a terrific run down the left flank, but Pulborough quick to it. And it'll be another advantage for Pulborough then, as Tunbridge were offside from the free kick, which was taken quickly, and the referee will put it back for that free kick. Pulborough definitely looking strong so far in this first half. 4 minutes played. As either team look to break the deadlock. Yeah, we'd have a similar scenario on our hands as the Hove Havant game, as if it stays like this, these two teams will face each other again in the plate semi-finals. Absolutely, it'll be a really interesting one. And that's Pulborough out to the left flank then, and a strong leg drive to gain some yards, as the referee calls it for Pulborough. Apologies, I believe TJs would face Chichester. There you go. And out to the right come Pulborough then. Really nice play through the hands before he's wrapped up number 14, Tom Bailey. And it's picked up, and it's a pick and go here. And it's Freddie Burry before he's lobbed the ball on the ground. And it just went loose, says the referee, so we'll play on. It's a terrific last-ditch tackle by Alex Clark there for TJs. So it looked for all in the world there that Tom Bailey was away for the first try of this game. Pulborough take it quickly then, in from the without hands in the ruck, says the referee, and Pulborough have played on. So the referee calling another advantage. It's good to see, letting the game flow a bit, and the referee calls it for a Pulborough ball. A couple of opportunities there for TJs, just in off their feet is the correct wording. Yeah, they just feel they need to alleviate the pressure a bit. Pulborough's the start of the dominant team, and they're pressing to break the deadlock. And here come the kick through, and it's number 12 there before he's tackled, but he's pounced upon nicely, and Pulborough broken the deadlock after 5 minutes. Just trying to get a number here to tell you who it is. But an excellent try. And I believe that was Toby Page who certainly kicked it through. Fantastic bit of improvisation from him. It was the number 10, Roddy Cleghorn, who dived upon it first, reacted quickly. Brilliant kick through. Just had the pace to keep going, keep getting after it. And as I say, the ball slipping out and dived upon by Cleghorn. And it's Pulborough who take the lead. Yeah, terrific. Kick-off taken then by the Juddians wing end. Out they come quickly then. He's beaten 3 or 4 there, number 10 before it's given to 16. That was Oakley Tremere to Cody Bowman before being wrapped up in contact, and the ruck forms. It's a strong ruck from Juddians, and
now to their right flank. And he's beaten 2 or 3 here. And is he going to have a shot at the line? No, he's held up, but is that over? No. Pulborough holding strong in defence so far as the ruck forms. There's a bit of a mauling. That's number 10 for, he's over the line, but he's pushed back. Number 10, Oakley Tremere. Just being held back, Juddians. So close to the line. The referee calls it back for the early advantage. For an offside. So a free kick taken quickly. And here come Juddians again with number 10. Has he got the offload? He has! And it's try time for Juddians. A near instant response from them. Excellent try to level things up after 7 minutes.
It was certainly Oakley Tremere who got there through.
And it was Ned Collins, I believe, with the try. Just burst his way through 2 or 3 players and found the line. Tremere, brilliant offload that.
Yeah, we're able to offload that just as he's going to ground. And yeah, as you say, Ned Collins makes no mistake. We're level. That's been a terrific game so far. It's got a lovely ebb and flow to it. Both teams going for the jugular, and you love to see it.
2 minutes to half time then in this barnstorming first half. Nears an end as Pulborough take the ball up from kickoff.
Yeah, lift was good there, young man, holding on the floor.
Yeah, and Pulborough judged to held on for too long on the floor. It's a free kick for Juddians, and instant time to push on. And it's Jones out to Clark, finding space down that right wing, not Juddians, but looking to come back in and go through the phases a little bit more, but it's loose. And it's Pulborough ball, says the referee. Uncontested in that ruck, and that's a brilliant dummy. Pass 2, pass 3, pass 4. Gets about 10 yards to the good for Pulborough. And that's a brilliant ruck coming in too. As the referee just calls it back.
And I believe that was Roddy Clegnell again, the try scorer, showing his worth in defence as well there. Picking it up and just driving out a couple yards to just nullify this press from TJs. As you say, they're growing into it now, and they're looking the stronger team just as we get to the closure of the first half.
The referee laying down the law before Pulborough with some nice trickery from the free kick, and here they come down the right flank. It's 15. That's Freddie Bury again, but he's stopped. But that's a lovely pick and go, and it's Jake Paradise. Is he going to make it to the line? No.
Yeah, first man in, good. No.
And it's reset again for Bailey. Still being held just by the line here. There's a break. Is he making it? He is. I believe that's number 2. I believe that's Bobby Spence. Not entirely certain. And it wasn't number 2.
Let's go, boys. We'll play one more. Let's go.
I believe it was number 6. That is Frankie Farrer. That's terrific from him.
Excellent work. A couple pick and goes really nice here. That was Bailey first. Well, it's Paradise first and then Bailey. And then he saw the gap, went for it. A lovely try. Lovely finish. We're back underway then. There's TJ's to bring the ball up before a maul comes in. And Pulborough will pick it up before the ball goes loose again. This will be the last play of the half. As the referee blows for an infringement. And there's the half-time call. Pulborough just edged themselves ahead by 2 tries to 1 just at the end of that first half.
Yeah, it's a terrific half-time display from Pulborough. They're one of 2 teams to have not won yet on FNL. But, as you say, it's going to give them a lot of momentum if they can see this out and beat TJ's heading into the semi-finals of the plate. Here are some of the tries.
Yeah, excellent kick through. So unfortunate the ball just slipped out from the TJ's grasp and over. He went for the foot to open the scoring. That after about 5 minutes. On 7 minutes, TJ's hit back with a free kick, nicely through the hands. Brilliant offload, and down it went for TJ's score. But Pulborough pulled ahead again. It was Bailey with the first pick and go. It was number 6, Freddie Farrows, who went through to put Pulborough back ahead.
Terrific from Farrows, just picks it up and bulldozes his way through. The determination of a lot of these young players to just take on these challenges, the willingness to run through bodies.
Absolutely. This is the last game then of the league phase on pitch 2. We go to the plate semi-final next, and then the cup semi-final straight after. As we switch sides. Just a little break in play, and as we wait for the MC just to wrap things up.
And you feel like TJ's going to be chomping at the bit here to get the second half underway. They look ready, but
as we just check in with the referees before we get started again. And the MC counts us down, and we are away again. It's a short kick from TJ's, but it's nicely collected by Pulborough as we come straight into play.
Well done, too much better. Well done.
Pulborough now looking to get a third try on the board, as that's a really nice
release first.
run up from kickoff.
Good.
Before they use a bit of space down that right flank to kick through. I believe that's Bailey going through to try and make it, but it's nicely picked up by Juddians and cleared. But it's taken in by 6 again. Farrows. Brilliant ruck in by Pulborough again. So look, stretch the Juddians, but the referee will call it back for that slight knock on, I think.
yeah,
And from the side.
fantastic catch and run from Frankie Farrow again there.
As Pulborough have the
Real
chance.
willingness every time he picks up the ball to just so direct, and it's causing TJ's all sorts of problems right now.
Pulborough then look to the space on the right wing with Bailey. He can get inside, he can't, but he's held, and TJ's turned it over in the ruck. That is a quality of play that I've seen so many times across the games in this tournament. Just the quality on the floor in the rucks to rip the ball and get an advantage for their teams. And it'll be a scrum to Pulborough, just about 5 metres I think from the line, looking to take advantage of their position with options either side of the breakdown.
Absolutely. I think from what we've seen so far, they don't look like a team that haven't won yet in FNL. They have been terrific. They have just not stopped their pressure on TJ.
They've definitely come out with a point to prove, I think, in this one.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more.
Out it comes then from Pulborough, and they decide to go left. And it's played on by the referee. And it's number 12. That's Toby Page finding some space here and taking on practically the whole pack there before he goes down, and the ruck is formed.
Back foot, well done.
And the ball comes out then. That's number 1. I
believe that's Rafe McKee.
And that's scored for Pulborough. They pull another try ahead. It's 15-5. I believe that's Bailey who went over eventually after the break from Rafe McKee. As the referee just looked for a better angle, and the try was eventually put down by Bailey.
Yeah, fantastic from Pulborough. They've begun the second half as they ended the first.
Well done.
As you say, this is a statement of intent going up to the semi-finals.
Absolutely, that's kick-off, and that's just gone dead. So I think we'll reset from for a TJ scrum, says the referee. It's come up just nearing a third of the second half being played. And it'll be a TJ's put in, and a chance for them maybe to stretch the Pulborough defence a little bit more than they have so far in the second half.
Yeah, we've got just 7 minutes remaining, and you feel if TJ's can grab a try now, their hopes of finishing in the cup bracket can still happen.
Absolutely, and here they come then. And it's that number 12, that's Ned Collins, the try scorer for TJ's in that first half, but it's ripped away in contact nicely by Pulborough as they burst through again. And the ruck forms around them. And it's a nice dummy, and more yards gained for Pulborough.
And release, well done.
And now it comes then down this left flank for
Okay,
Pulborough.
a little lower there, TJ. No, leave it 8, let them play. Back foot, please, well done.
Retain possession through the phases then.
Oh,
Nice dummy. And out to the right flank now, with a bit of space opening up for Bailey.
They just lost his footing. You mentioned the slippy surface of these pitches on this lovely Friday night, and I think the players are feeling the full effects of it.
So as the ball goes out, and it'll be a TJ
there. So wait
Free
until
pass.
that ball's left his hand, please. Good, on you.
And here we go. It's a bit of
Great footwork.
couple
buddy.
passes before finding the forwards with the offload.
Okay,
Then it's just got a bit scrappy in possession, and it'll be a
knock on here, Red. Scrum down. Blackpool.
and it will be a scrum to Pulborough for the knock on. Again, options gathering round to the Pulborough's left. About 4 or 5 of them,
Crouch.
including the wingers. It's clear where this ball's going from the scrum.
Set.
As
Okay,
TJ's
hold,
just get their
thank
line
you.
in
Well
order.
done, well done. Well played.
Here come Pulborough then down this left flank as predicted. That's brilliant kick through again.
That's fine, off his
And
foot.
apparently
Right
it's
out
fine,
back.
says the referee, as
Over
the
there.
Pulborough player gets close to the line. He's being held. He's going to be held up.
Yeah, great work.
He
Not
is.
touch.
Number 6
Good
takes it
release,
into
Red.
contact.
Oh,
That's
Red.
Freddie Farrow yet again.
Yeah, let's play, let's play. Okay, gents, listen. My fault, it's unlucky. You've gone to jackal the ball and fallen over
As
it.
the
I
referee
thought-
just says he's off his feet,
Gents, I'm going to play free kick this way coming off the
and it'll be a
feet,
free
okay?
kick to Pulborough. Just a bit of
Gents, coming off our feet there,
messiness in
free
there.
kick
The
this
ref
way.
did
Behind
blow,
the try
but
line,
maybe
gents.
touch
Thank you.
early.
As soon as he
Yeah,
taps,
once
it's
again,
in
you
play.
see the kicking through working for Pulborough. Caught TJ's off guard a couple times with that, and there they come again, looking for a 4th try.
That was
Yeah,
Rafe
good work,
McKee
good
with
work.
that carry.
Yeah, let Red out there, Red. Well done. Back
And
foot. Okay,
gets
we're on
back
advance.
out again
It's
as they
Pulborough
attack down
coming
the right.
outside, Red.
And they've got Bailey there. Oh, it's just on the tips of
Let's
the
knock on
fingers
there, but
before
we're
it's
offside. Got 3 TJ's players behind front of the
knocked
back
on
foot.
there, but it was an offside call, says the referee, and it'll be
Well,
another
that's your ball,
Pulborough free
guys.
kick to look to extend their lead.
Again, gents, well
Put
done behind the try line. Well
put
done.
15
Two
points
taps in
between
play.
them and TJ's.
Yeah, it's
well
one-way
done, well
traffic
done.
here.
Here come them, but that's
We got
wraps
man
up.
and release.
That's a
Well,
strong
well,
challenge from the Juddians. And how it goes again to that right wing. Lovely through the hand stuff as the ball finds the winger. Might have just been lost into touch.
Unlucky, gents.
Very
Red, you can have
unfortunate.
scrum
Again,
or
the ball
free
slipping
passing here.
and sliding its way out.
Yep, cool, here we go.
Yeah, it was just unlucky there for Freddie Bury. Came out to him, as you mentioned, the ball, the
On
slippery
Toby, please,
surface,
gents.
just loses his grasp of it. And TJ's now have a chance to go the other way.
Yeah, but it's a clearance through. It evades the fullback to begin with, but it bounces up nicely for Pulborough. And into contact, he's taking it down the left flank slightly before the ball's lost in contact, but the referee,
First man win was good, holding on the floor.
but he's
Great
been
work,
held up
mate.
on the floor, says the referee, so it'll be a TJ's ball.
Take a big step, bud.
Here it comes, it's Collins. Takes out the pitch,
Tackle,
gains
great tackle.
5 or 6 yards for,
Yeah, leave it there,
TJ's.
let him play. Well done.
and it's nice footwork again, and then lovely offload to his
Turnover's
supporting player, but the turnover is good, says the referee, and Pulborough come forward down the left flank, and out it comes here. It's number 11, that's Lincoln Howard,
Good back foot, TJ's back foot. Well done. Well, listen.
before the ball is being forced back out to the other side. Backwards, says the referee,
Clear is good. Yeah, we're good. Let's
and the
play.
clear
Well
out's good,
done.
and Juddians have the ball again, looking to build their way
No,
back
leave
into
it off
this
your
one.
feet now, bud. Well done. Well, listen, let Red play. Let Red
And
play.
it'll be a Juddians ball, and it's a lovely pick and go, and that's number 8, that's Satcher Jones.
Backwards,
So
backwards.
the ball goes backwards,
Yeah,
and
let's play. Let's
it's a
play.
good wrestle for the ball before he's wrestled to the ground. The referee does
12
call it,
gents, 12 on the ball again there.
Again
well done,
for
Red.
holding
Off
on
his feet,
onto the
trying to
floor.
lift the ball.
and a Pulborough attack again in the offing.
Good. Okay,
Yeah,
advantage.
I'm sure,
onside,
watching at
they've
home,
got
you
him
can
7
hear
back,
the
gents,
noises
free
from the
kick.
Pulborough fans and staff. They are eager to see their team get their first win of NFL. You can look what it means to them. How much momentum it would give them going into the semi-finals.
Stay there, stay there.
So just another unfortunate knock there for a couple of players. So we'll just take a break. About 2 minutes to go in this one, and it's been a great performance from Pulborough.
Yeah, I think it really shows you how important momentum can be on this,
But we're just gonna
on
see
these
how we go.
occasions. This is a team that haven't won yet, and they could still walk away with the plate at the end of this,
Absolutely.
because they have just turned it up a notch on this final night.
And they've really come out with a point to prove. They scored just before, put themselves back in front in this one just before half time. They added another quick into that second half. And TJ's so far responseless since the half time call. This player's still down. It's unfortunate. We don't want to see anyone injured here at this event. And we've been pretty good for it so far
It was your big pad shoulder.
across the 2 nights.
Watch this the whole time.
The winners of tonight's tournament in the cup bracket will win a cup, a bespoke kit, and a commemorative shield with champions. I saw it beforehand, it's very impressive stuff. And every team, every player will receive a medal and a commemorative plate. And then the other award up for grabs tonight is the bottom 4 teams competing for the plate tournament, which is it's a bigger commemorative plate with plate champions FNL Friday Night Super League 2026, which has been a pleasure to bring to you across all 3 nights. This player's just trying to keep warm again. The player's still down, and we don't like to see this at all. But looks to be sat up at least now.
Yeah, again, I think we'll draw attention to the quality of the officiating as well throughout this tournament.
Absolutely, it's been top class from all referees involved. We've had Brighton College in, and we've had a few guys in from Harlequins to officiate tonight. As players back to his feet, that's nice to see. And he gets a nice round of applause from the onlooking parents and friends.
Absolutely. Really, the serenation applause really encapsulates the spirit of this tournament so far. It is all love and respect at the end of the day, and these players for every team have given a tremendous amount of effort.
Absolutely. And I wonder if the referee's going to call this here. They're playing the last play. It would have been a bitter note to end on, I think, if that had been the last action of this. And up it comes from the Juddians. Unfortunately, they can't snatch a result from this one, but they might just put another one on the board. As TJs take it forward into contact and protects it on the floor. And out it comes then from Aldridge. Out to the number 1, that's Callum Bardwell. And it gets over to the left wing here with a man over. It's just getting towards the line, but that's well done by Pulborough. But TJs with a great positioning in the ruck. And it's held onto by TJs as they press towards that line again.
Yeah, great clear, well done. Back foot, well lifted.
That's number 7, that's Aldridge again. Out to the wing and down for Juddians. They get their second try to cap off their last game of the league phase. It was well worked, but that does call an end to the league phase on pitch 2, and we will return with the plate games. Just hold it away. Who have we got?
Nothing's changed, hasn't it? Just to make it Brighton, Campbell through.
Okay. That's good. So it's like each other still. Campbell, right? Yeah, perfect. So 7th and 8th.
You're benched.
In the cup semi-final, and it will be Pulborough to get us underway. Then Pulborough playing their second game consecutively on pitch 2, up against Chichester in the blue and darker blue stripes. Alongside me again, I've got Austin Sparks. Austin, what do you reckon?
I think this will be an interesting one. It was Westcombe who beat Chichester on pitch 1 in the earlier game, which is why this match has now happened. They leapfrogged them to be in this position. So yeah, it's we've just seen a very impressive display from Pulborough, who claimed their first win of the FNL.
As the ball goes a little bit loose there from Chichester's perspective, and it's stolen away by Bailey of Pulborough in this semi-final. Now it starts to really come to grips with this tournament. It really comes to the throes of the drama.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Ethan, but I feel when you get to the knockouts, there's a bit more tension. I think
it's a bit of an edge.
Whatever happens before sometimes is eradicated. Teams they rise to the occasion.
And Pulborough have, and here they come down the left flank, and he's through and he scored. It's Pulborough who start the game brightest, and they put themselves ahead in this semi-final. Just try and get a name for you in a second. But under a minute played, that's number 15, that's Freddie Bury. He just found some space down the left flank and just exposed Chichester's players and went through.
Yeah, it's terrific from Freddie Bury. You could mistake him from a zebra just galloping past him in those black and white stripes.
Absolutely, it's probably terrific. The same speed, to be fair. And Chichester picked the ball up off the kickoff then, looking to establish themselves in this game. After Pulborough made such a bright start, and the referee blows up for an offside call. Chichester pick and go then. And a ball back inside, and a good run there from the forwards.
Stay on side. Ball is out.
Reason this match is playing Westcombe Park leapfrog Chichester in the league tables to put Chichester into 7th. And that set up this semi-final tie.
Yeah, I suppose we should serve a reminder with Chichester that we are working with what we've got, which are no names and no numbers, so we will do our best to identify any of these talents.
But we do have to apologise to any players or fans or families that maybe think we're ignoring their players' names. As the ball's loose then from a tackle, but it's nicely collected again by Pulborough. Number 12, that's Toby Page. Coming forward nicely, beating 1 or 2, finding Bailey on this right flank. Can he burst through? Beats his last man, and he's got a free run in, and he puts Pulborough 2 ahead in this semi-final. Great moment for him, just 2.5 minutes in, and Pulborough asserting themselves so far.
Yeah, it's terrific. This is just a team possessed from what we saw in the last couple of nights. They won their earlier game, and I believe actually that's number 10, Roddy Cleghorn. But regardless, it's just fantastic.
It's a great break, and then found 14, Tommy Bailey, and he just took it past 2 or 3 of the covering defenders and finished nicely.
As you say, on night 3, when it matters most with the knockouts, Pulborough have come alive here.
Absolutely. This, of course, they've had a 10-minute break in between matches, but they are the team playing twice in a row. And the last game was against TJs. They ran out 15-10 winners.
Yeah, there's no sense of fatigue from this Pulborough side, who look ready. Doesn't look like they've just done 20 minutes of running, but
Absolutely,
that's a testament to the stamina and the cardio of these young men.
Chichester get the ball to the forwards. How many times have we seen this from this young lad? And here he goes, he's got wheels that, and they are back in this one for our Chichester. How many times have we seen him score in this tournament? Brilliant try.
Yeah, he's a walking Armageddon, this boy. Just picks it up, and there's only one thing in his mind here. He sees the try line from that far away, and just nothing will stop him.
He started out well within his own half, and nobody could stop him as he broke through. And he's put Chichester firmly back into this one. Just the one try difference then, as Pulborough kick us off. And here's the try scorer again. Chichester bursting forwards with their forwards. And a good ruck comes in. And a chance maybe to get their hands on the ball. Brilliant territorial challenge coming in from Pulborough there. And it pushes Chichester back again. Before another strong challenge comes in. Chichester doing well to protect the ball at the breakdowns though.
There's a lovely back and forth tempo to this game so far. As commentators and neutrals, it's lovely to see a semi-finals that's so close with both teams in it.
Absolutely. This one will keep us on the edge of the seats, I'm sure, until the very last, as Chichester make a little break down their right flank. But it's into touch, just really persistent tackling there from Pulborough, who look to re-establish their 2-try lead.
Yeah, let's tap and play. Are you okay? 7 minutes, 7. Let's play. Quick, let's play.
It's Pulborough to pick it up and do their little routine. And it's an advantage to Chichester, but it's a break anyway from their forwards. Has he got support? He does, and they're rucking over now. And now the ball can go left. Or it will maybe from this breakdown. Not before a Pulborough counter ruck. Very strong, but the referee blows him up for a Pulborough free kick.
Yeah, it was a terrific counter. I think we both saw that pass out left it was on, and maybe if it was used earlier it could have resulted in an equaliser.
It's a great run here from Toby Page, and he's in the corner, and he's just about made it. Pulborough have their 3rd try of the semi-final. They're showing no signs of stopping. A really great bit of play. They utilised the space out on that right flank. A teasing, dummying run from Toby Page, and he just had the strength to keep going under some pressure and finish in that right-hand corner.
Yeah, we were told by his coaches beforehand that he doesn't back down from a tackle. He never shies away from the physicality of youth rugby, and I think that try just encapsulates his nature. Terrific determination from the young lad.
Chichester come forward again. It's a really almost basketballish kind of back and forth here so far in this first half, and it's a bit loose on the ground now. And Pulborough pick it up, and it's a kick through down that right flank. But Chichester will claim it. No, they won't. And Pulborough pick it up. It's that number 10, I believe that's Cleghorn. And he's through here, and he's in the corner and scores. Pulborough established a 15-point lead here after 7 minutes. But what a first half we're seeing.
Yeah, and if you just have a look at this, we talk about the surface and the climate making the difference. Maybe a bit of rain, it lost his grip, and then Cleghorn pounces on the opportunity. Says, thank you very much. I'll have my 2nd try of the evening.
Breaks through and puts it down. And really, Pulborough looking really strong in this first half. As the referee just counts as players, and Chichester wait for the ball to receive.
Yeah, and it's 4 tries already for a team that was a bit try shy in the earlier nights of this.
But they've come out a different team tonight.
Absolutely.
As they kick off, and now it goes straight into touch for a free pass to Chichester. About halfway into their own half.
Just tap, please, okay? Let's make sure we tap the ball. Yeah, that's good. Thanks, Pulborough.
The referee just laying down the law for offsides and things, as we've seen a few infringements so far. But here's the forwards getting on the ball for Chichester again. Make some good ground for Chichester. Coming up past halfway now. And he's still going here before he's eventually brought down. And can the ball be protected in the scrum? In the ruck, sorry. The Pulborough players in for the side, and Chichester will have another free kick. And assumably the advantage for an offside. But he's held nicely, and the tackle comes in. And here Chichester come down this right flank. And he's stopped just before the line, so he stays in, and Chichester's still going here, not giving up, and it's really good forward play. And he's presented it back nicely, but the referee will blow up as he's held on the ground.
Yeah, it was great play from one of Chichester's wingers to create the opportunity in the first place. Looked like he'd play it out into that space in the left, a little dummy, and goes down the near side.
It's kicked through from Pulborough then. The last play of this first half, as the music blares out from the NC booth just to away to our right, and Chichester have the ball again, looking to half their, well, cut down their deficit, I'll say. And player's not held there, but yes, he is, says the referee. Disagreeing with me there, and it'll be a Pulborough free kick. Taken quickly and slung out by Page out to that left flank, but it's Chichester who pounced first, and it's getting another bit of loose, scrappy possession from both teams. And here's the break then, and it's number 6, that's Frankie Farrow, before he's brought down, and he's got another break here. Number 12, Toby Page, in the corner, scores Pulborough's 5th to the 1 of Chichester, and that wraps up an excellent first half for Pulborough.
Yeah, it was terrific there from Page. Capitalises on maybe a moment of hesitation. We see that crunching tackle go in, the ball's on the ground, and Page is alert to it. Picks it up, drives straight to the try line, and that gives them a very, very comfortable lead going into half-time.
And it is half-time in the semi-final, of course. Pulborough looking to cement their place in the final in their second half. We'll be back very soon for it. As the players come back from their half-time huddles and swap sides, as we look to continue this plate semi-final. In the other game over on pitch 1, it is 5-0 to Westcombe Park. So as it stands, Pulborough will play Westcombe in the plate final.
I think maybe going into tonight, that's the final potentially that no one saw coming. Two teams winless going into night 3, and as you say, the magic of knockouts, semi-finals and trophies on the line, it does something to teams. It invigorates that passion.
And Chichester will look to build their way back into this game and potentially maybe into the final with a big performance in the second half. And it's Pulborough who collect first, and Chichester pressing high.
Good steal.
And it's stolen by Chichester in that attacking quadrant. And here comes the Chichester forwards, jumping into and gaining into some yards before it's ripped away by Pulborough in contact.
No hands, no hands.
Pulborough have the chance to gain some more ground from their defensive position. As a move sets out briefly, but there's good contact from both sides really as Pulborough protect the ball.
Yeah, no, I don't think it can be understated how imperative it is that Chichester get the first try of this second half. But
Absolutely.
it's a little opening here for Pulborough to potentially put this to bed with 10 minutes left.
And that was Toby Page looking to cement himself into the final of the plate. And it'll be a Pulborough ball. And the free passes taken and out to this left flank for Pulborough then. As he comes forward down the line, is he in touch? He is, says the referee.
Free pass.
There'll be a free pass out for Chichester.
Yeah, that's good, 7.
Yeah, it's a good play that from Chichester, just to force Farrow into touch. It looked for all the world that he could be in there. He had the space, but terrific defending.
Backwards, says the referee, as the Chichester forwards get onto the ball. But it's really well done. I think that's Page with the tackle again. I think that's a really good bit of back play again. As the manager says for Pulborough, he's not one to shy away from the physical side, and that really showed in that tackle. But here come Chichester's forwards again, and that's a really great break as he gains good ground for Chichester. They look to build back into this game. That's a lovely loop pass, and it's collected nicely by the Chichester left winger as he beats one, beats two. Back inside for his teammate, and before he's brought down, an advantage over, says the referee, for an offside. So Chichester have another free ball and a chance to build quickly back into this game. It is make or break in knockout rugby, and Chichester really looking to play with intensity in the second half. And here he comes again. It's a brilliant run over to the line. Is he there? No. And it's stolen and cleared away by Pulborough. Into touch, it'll go for a Chichester ball. Really well defended there in the corner by Pulborough, because that forward is so hard to stop, and we've seen so many defences struggle with it.
Yeah, I think it's no secret what the half-time team talk would have been from the Pulborough coach. Nullify the big man, the target. And yeah,
here he is again, taking it to contact, dummying the pass once and then finding it on the second go. It's another break from Chichester, really looking to spread the play and get themselves through physically. And that's a great tap tackle though, to thwart them in their quest to get back into this one. And another great tackle by Pulborough. Defensive play is on point at the moment as Chichester make a break down the right flank. It is just knocked forward. Unfortunately, from a Chichester point of view.
There was a knock on here. Scrum, black ball.
And it will be a Pulborough ball. Again, on the 5 metre line or so.
Yeah, you can just hear the Chichester coaches urging their team to keep the pressure up. They smell a try coming. But Pulborough, the ever resilient.
Absolutely, and it's resilience that will see them through potentially to the final against, as it stands, Westcombe Park over on pitch 1. And you'll be able to see the final straight after this over on the pitch 1 live stream. In the meantime, Chichester come forward again. It's not straight after this, I should point out. We've got a cup semi-final between it. But here come Chichester again, looking to thwart those plans, but it's held up really well on the line by Pulborough.
Yeah, they are adamant not to concede another try in this game. Every time it looks like Chichester are fingertips away from scoring a second try. Pulborough just close them off at the last second.
And drop out there was kicked into touch. Makes about 7 metres or so. So a bit of territory for Pulborough. But just to bring it back then. And he's got round one and he's really trying to get through and lays it back nicely for his Chichester teammates. And now it's the forward run. It's a good break and he takes out 2 or 3 in there, but it's a great steal from Pulborough again. Defensive resilience, it's really key. But another great counter ruck as the ball goes loose. And it's Chichester who come out with it. down that right flank, but Pulborough will react first to the drop ball. Well, it's number 9, that's Jake Paradise, taking it back into Chichester arms.
Well done, lads.
And the ruck is completed and held on to by Pulborough. And it's a nice pick and go out there, gaining more ground and just playing through the phases, taking time out of the clock. And another forward one from Pulborough, but
First arriving player, the Jackal.
as the referee says, he's held on to the ball for too long on the floor, and Chichester have a free kick. Taken in to contact by Chichester forwards, and it's one back again for another forward one. Chichester playing through, and now they get their strong players over. And he's in the corner and he scores, and Chichester's still in this. With 4 minutes remaining, they cut the deficit to 15 points, 3 tries. And they're not out of it just yet. It's another try for them.
Yeah, they've been fantastic, pressing relentlessly for the last 6 minutes, it feels like. Scoreless up until then in the second half. And yeah, eventually the pressure tolls. But fantastic, and nothing less than they deserve. With 4 minutes left, can they pull their way back, Ethan?
It's not in. We've seen stranger things happen in Friday Night Lights Super League. And as we get underway again, Chichester bring it up. Need to score again. But that's a great challenge coming in by Pulborough. And it means so much to Pulborough. You can really tell in their defensive play. Slightly unlucky, really, to concede that last try, but the pressure had been building from Chichester. Take nothing away from that. So the referee does just blow up for an injury. A shame to see, and a shame to bring such a fierce game to a halt, but that is knockout rugby.
Indeed. Well, in this little break we can praise the solidity of Pulborough's defence. The fragility that was plaguing their earlier games on night 1 and night 2 seemed to be put to bed. And
absolutely, they look like a team reborn tonight in Brighton.
Yeah, and if it stays like this, as you say, they booked their ticket to the final of the plate bracket.
Absolutely. Next on this pitch, though, it'll be Campbell versus Brighton in the plate semi-final. That's 2nd versus 3rd in the overall rankings after the league phase. A brilliant game that offers to be. I've seen Campbell play a few times over on pitch 2. Brighton it will be their first game on this pitch, so an interesting one to commentate over, and one that I'm looking forward to bringing you.
Yeah,
in the meantime, the injury is back onto his feet. That's good to see, and comes off, and we're nearly ready to get back underway then. And it'll be a scrum to Chichester. In and out to the right flank then. That's a really nice dummy, and then a great offload again. And he's taking it up the pitch yet again before he finds the offload. Not into touch, as the referee is. Chichester struggled to hold the ball, and Pulborough get over it nicely. But it's just a bit loose, but Chichester do cling on. And the ball goes through the hands, and they've got a man that overlap on the left flank. Unfortunate maybe to drop the ball, and it's played on, an advantage.
No advantage, let's go back.
But the referee does pull it back.
Lost 4 here.
I think regardless of the result of this, Chichester are putting a performance to be proud of. If they're in the final or not, it's been a fantastic determination to pull this back. But Pulborough have dug their heels in. They've gone for the more nitty-gritty approach in the second half that you see in rugby, but they've executed it tremendously, and it looks like they'll see this out with a minute left.
Yeah, I think we're to the last players. The music blares out from the MC booth, and Pulborough look to put this one to bed. But that's a brilliant covering challenge coming in and puts him into touch.
Almost launched into touch there. It was
yeah, it was a bit feisty from both teams. Just the passion overflowing in the semi-final. And it'll be advantage Chichester in the last play of the game as Pulborough get on the ball again. Into the ruck. Pulborough pressing, trying to put the cherry on the cake of this performance. Into the 5 metre zone.
Advantage is over.
We've got men over to the left, but the ball's gone free. And the referee waves play on. Another counter ruck. It's been so strong at the breakdown for both teams. As Chichester win the ball back. And is the break on for Chichester to have another one in this game? No, says the referee. There's a high tackle. And that is full time. Pulborough booked their place in the plate final. An unbelievable performance from them. And it'll be Chichester who are knocked out. Commiserations to Chichester, congratulations to Pulborough. Pulborough go through and we'll play in that plate final over on pitch 1 after our cup semi-final, Brighton versus Campbell on this pitch next.
Yeah, it was a very gutsy performance from Chichester. I think it's very apropos of this band of all playing to describe Pulborough as red hot. 2 wins tonight into the final. Can they complete the trifecta?
Yeah, I'll get Brighton. Oh, don't forget to go to the
After such drama in the other plate semi-final, we now move on to the cup final. If you weren't over there on pitch 1 for that Juddians versus Westcombe Park game, well, welcome back to pitch 2 after just an unbelievable game. And I'm joined by Tim Forster for this one. It's Brighton versus Campbell. Brighton in white, Campbell in black and yellow. Tim, thoughts?
Yeah, these teams faced off against each other earlier this evening, and they were very evenly matched. It was a, it was a draw between them, so they're back facing each other again. But I think both of them are going to have something to prove here tonight.
Absolutely, and we're underway with the Brighton kickoff. Collected by his own man. I don't believe it's gone 7 yards. And it'll be a scrum down for a Campbell puss in this cup semi-final, the last game on pitch 2 for the Friday Night Lights Super League. It's been an unbelievable place for these matchups to take place, and it's been a joy to bring them all to you here on Next Gen Live's YouTube channel. Now it comes from Campbell then. Out to the winger, number 15, Clark Middleton. Takes it up the right wing, but it's well defended by Harry Hall in the Brighton 12. And a free kick is blown up for holding on too long on the ground, I believe.
He's taken by Kai Blick. He does it quickly.
And a nice set play there for number 4, Cobwyn Nawaki. Before ball's placed back. And Brighton come forward again. Made some good yards there for Brighton. Blick again. It's number 10, that's Isaac French. Into 8, Cass Crossley. Out to the wing now. Before he's wrapped up really nicely by Josh Hughes for Campbell. And the counter-up comes in, it's physical, it's a loose ball, and Campbell have won it at the breakdown. But a really great interception by Isaac French, I believe, but just off his hand. And a knock-on is given by the referee for a scrum to Campbell.
Yeah, you could see the fast feet of, I believe it was French there. You can see his fast feet grabbing the ball, desperately trying to catch it, couldn't quite get hands on it. And as you say, it's now a scrum down for Campbell.
Here we go.
Any chance possibly to relieve some of this early Brighton pressure for Campbell?
Wait there, Brighton, please.
I think whichever team gets that first try in this match will almost certainly have a motivation, a sort of momentum to carry through. Not only in the...
By number 13, Joey Staples. Before he's brought down, and down the blind side it goes. It's French.
Play on, knock on advantage. Let's go.
And it's gone loose, but Henry Hall picks it up.
Yeah, right on the side, please. Well done, gents.
And it's back into the arms of Isaac French. Standout player for Brighton in this Super League campaign. And the ruck is strong, and it stays solid as Blick gives it to Staples. And Staples makes the breakaway, but he's clung onto by Campbell, who eventually do bring him down, and ball's presented back. Here's Henry Hall into contact and eventually brought down. And a deliberate knock-on, I believe, there by Campbell, but Brighton play through it. And it's number 11, that's Cooper Trim.
Gents, we come back.
You can see the importance here of using the full width of the pitch, because we were right over on the wing there, almost only to touch, and then we had that amazing run by Trim, bringing it right back onto our side of the pitch.
Absolutely, it's right to left and back and forth at the moment. And Brighton looked at the ascendancy. It's French into number 8, Cass Crossley, and then given to the 4. That's Kuba Nwaki.
No, leave it 16. Let them play. He's coming from the side.
And it'll be an uncontested Brighton ball. And it's French. Hall missed. And it's number 11, Cooper Trim.
He's in with a chance here. If they can push forward, they can make that first try of the match. They're very desperately close to the line there.
It's French into Staples again. For the referee blows. And he's held onto the ball for too long on the ground. And it'll be a Campbell chance to clear.
It's a perfect place to turn over for Campbell because they're getting a bit too close to their own home. To see the clear-away kick straight into the hands of Kirkpatrick.
Patrick then to bring it up back into the Campbell half, and he's got surrounded by quite a few of the Campbell players there, but he is brought down eventually in French. Hall making ground here for Brighton yet again into French again. That link up really paying dividends for them so far in this tournament. Before ball is presented in the ruck, it's French again out towards Nwaki, but intercepted by Campbell, but it was a knock on, and it will be a Brighton put into a scrum.
That was Leo Marshall who managed to get the ball and pick it up, but as you say, it was a knock on. Unfortunately, that gives the ball back to Brighton. They're going to make the most of this, I think. As you say, we've been largely in the Campbell half for most of this match, most of this half, sorry, so far.
And they're creating overloads on either side of Brighton as a few of their backs move out to the wings. They've got 4 to the right, 5 to the right side, 2 to the left. It really could go either way, the way they are set up here. And it comes to French. Dummies a pass before into contact. It's number 2, that's Jeroen Rushworth.
Yeah, good. Release now. No hands. No hands.
Into contact and a bit loose, and it does come to French. He's got Hall with him for support. Hall breaking down the left flank and scores for Brighton.
There it is, about halfway through that first half, and the first try comes for Brighton.
Down the left flank it went after stretching Campbell back and forth all game so far. Ball came out of that ruck, out to French. How many times have we seen this? Offloads it to Hall, and Hall finishes down in that left wing. Brighton 5, Campbell 0.
Yeah, he's even got Cooper Trim though on his left, just in case he needs the extra man. But as it turns out, he didn't. He had it all wrapped up himself.
And it'll be kick-off by Brighton to be collected by Campbell, but under some pressure. But it's Leo Marshall who picks it up nicely, and through he comes. He's a good, strong, quick runner. Before he's wrapped up and presents the ball back nicely for Campbell to come forward again. And it's a strong run by Ellis Lewis before he's brought down. Campbell keep possession, and it's a good dummy, and he's still going here. Number 10, that's Jake Lederer, and out to number 4, Morley, and he's got some space to work into here before he's taken down, but Campbell back over the ball again, and there'll be Hughes to take it in this time. Brought down and presented again. Out to Lewis. Back inside, but lost, and Brighton will play on. Making good ground, and it's Hall with a kick through. A nice little grubber, but it goes out of play.
The Campbell throw, but they've made some ground up with that kick by Hall, as you say, from Brighton.
We do go back, says the referee, for a knock on and a scrum down to Brighton. They've been so effective from their set pieces so far in this tournament. Would it be another show of dominance from Brighton?
A big part of their match against Campbell last time on pitch 1 was using these these small mistakes by the Campbell side, which are leading to penalties, making the most of them to gain more ground and eventually push it into the Campbell half.
And here comes Hall again for Brighton before he's taken out of the game, and it's French with the kick through, but blocked, and it comes straight back to him, but it's well picked up, I think, by Alex Rye, who scored a few in this tournament before tonight.
Yeah, Rye certainly was a standout player. Certainly in night 2 of the Red Night Lights tournament, he was bulldozing through the opponent's defence and making those tries land.
Absolutely, as a knock-on is called, and it'll be a Campbell put in this time, just nearing on halfway, with on about nearly 9 minutes played of this delayed first half after we went to a golden try and penalty kicks in our other plate, in our last plate semi-final over on Pitch 1, on the Pitch 1 live stream. Now you can see the Plate 1 final and the Cup 1 final both on that pitch straight after this game. But in the meantime, it's Campbell who are 1 try down but looking to build. And it's number 12, that's Patrick Calderback into contact. And it's number 4, that's Alex Morley again down that left flank.
No, present that ball backwards. We're good.
Oh, sorry.
First man in on the ball is on his feet, gents. Holding on, well done.
And that's held on to for too long on the ground, says the referee, and it'll be a Brighton ball. And Brighton use it quick, again with that set play that they've used so many times in this tournament. There's still no defence can quite work it out, as they make some good ground before the counter ruck comes in from Rye and holds off three men consecutively. And now Campbell can burst down the left flank.
Campbell are desperate to make it an equalising try before we can hear the music playing. The end of the first half is coming out quickly. Campbell want to make sure they're not on the back foot when we start off again.
It's a knock-on, says the referee, but it won't matter. It's half-time here. Brighton 1 try to the good against Campbell in such an open first half. But Brighton have dominated the ball, I think it's fair to say, and they look good for it. Brighton 5, Campbell 0.
Yeah, we've been spending a lot of our time in the Campbell half with Brighton continue making those pushes. And as I say, making the most out of those penalties that they're granted to try and get more possession.
Cool. We're back, we're nearly ready to go in this second half. It would be a Campbell kickoff to get us back underway in this semi-final, this cup semi-final, to win the whole tournament. One of these teams looking to progress. And both finals we'll be able to watch straight after this one over on the Pitch 1 live stream, so make sure you're over there. As the referees are just checked in on before we're good, and we'll count down. And we're back underway in this second half. And it's straight into Henry Hall's hands. And he makes some good ground for it before he's wrapped up in the challenge and eventually goes down for the ruck. But Campbell's so strong in these moments And the good counter-ruck comes in, but Brighton do keep it. And here they come down the right flank. It's a strong one, and he's got the beating of all of them. And he turns in the last defender, and Brighton will have their second.
Absolutely fantastic run by Jerry Staples, though, right the way through the Camberley defence to land an immediate try for the team, building up their lead to 10 points.
A darting run, a dive to the line. Unbelievable from Jerry Staples. No one could keep up with him, turned his man, beautifully done. He was being charged out by Liam Marshall, but he had stood no chance really. And Staples scores, and Brighton have doubled their lead in the semi-final.
Camberley going to have a lot of work cut out for them now as they try to equalise that and then get a try ahead of them in this final.
And it will be Brighton to get us back underway again. Straight after their try. It's not gone 7 yards, says the referee, so we'll go back to the middle of the pitch for a scrum down to Camberley. It'll be Charlie Jenkins to put the ball in, the Camberley scrum half.
Well done. Okay.
Just saying, it's moments in matches like this that you really see the players who are going to sort of shine in their relevant positions. You see a man like Alex Rye, second row there in the scrum, proper there in the scrum. We saw on other pitches we've seen fly halves making their say in that penalty shootout we had earlier.
Really good, and just unfortunately dropped by Hughes. The referee will call it back for a scrum down to Brighton. And Camberley need to just set up nicely and make sure that another Brighton set play is defended well. Brighton, on the other hand, looking to break through Camberley's back line yet again and cement themselves into that cup final. And it comes out then. And it's French with the kick through. Up towards Marshall, who collects nicely. Tries to evade Hall, but steps around 2 or 3 before he kicks the ball into Hall, and out it goes into touch.
Yeah, we saw that was an excellent move by Brighton there to get up to that point where the ball was caught by Marshall. Didn't really allow any space for Marshall to make any progress with the run forwards. They were immediately there, and as you saw, the ball went out into touch. Yeah,
we do have a player down, and just a kick from that close for Manny Brown. I mean, it's going to be unfortunate for him, but from that close, I think it's just wind. I think he's just been winded there. And we're just waiting for the physio to come off the pitch, and we'll be back underway shortly. Here we go again. As the referee allows play to continue. It's Rye bursting through 2 or 3 challengers before he's brought down by Hull. It's Lederer into Lewis, I think. It is Lewis, and on he goes, Lewis.
He's got amazing momentum behind him with those spins he's pulling.
And he's still going,
and
it's Lewis. Still going. Is he going to make it to the line? It's Hull to challenge, but no, he can't stop him. Camberley back into this one, 3 minutes into the second half. It's Brighton 10, Camberley 5, and that sets up a grandstand finish to this one.
You can see a player like that with those quick feet pushing through the line. You can see the spins he does to out-evade those Brighton players.
And no one can stop him when he got going, and he finishes down that right flank. And Camberley back in it just after half-time. We've got 6 minutes to play. Could this be another extra time golden play game? It's dropped by the number 9 there, Charlie Jenkins for Camberley, but it's well recovered. Their positions are well recovered, and it's French goes through. Had a man with him in Joey Staples, but didn't use him, and it's kicked clear by Camberley into touch. And it'll be a Brighton throw just inside their own half.
You can see that how the cost of just a small mistake, not quite getting hands to the ball, can be devastating as the entire Brighton force just pushes through the Camberley defence there.
It's another Brighton set play then. And French into number 4, Novaki, before he's stopped in his tracks, and another strong counter-ruck from Camberley, but Brighton do cling on to it. I believe that's number 8, Crossley. Takes that into contact, but it's well wrestled back, and Brighton now have it again with French. Dummies 1 before it's given to Hall. Hall brings it forward, but wraps up again. There's a strong run by Hall to keep gaining those yards and keep the leg drive, but another Campbell rock over, and they've won the ball back, and it's Lewis now. Lewis down the left flank, cuts outside one, cuts inside the other, offloads it to 12. Is he going to make it to the line?
He's going to land it.
Tried to says the referee. It's Patrick Calderbank. Great work from Ellis Lewis, and Campbell have tied it up in the second half. Look at both teams looking for a place in this cup final, and both teams giving us all the value in the world.
Finding those gaps, making those runs, evading those players, and then that perfect offload.
It's an unbelievable offload. It's great hands from Calderbank to catch it and get it down under pressure from Staples and two other Brighton players too.
So both teams are desperate to win this match, and we've
now
equalised.
We're back underway again. And Campbell with the momentum, bringing it forward again. Some really good, strong play from both teams here. It's Jenkins. It's Marshall. Marshall makes the break before he's brought down by Hall expertly.
No hands now. Well done, well done.
Out again by Jenkins into Bentham's hands, and it's a strong runner, and he's stopped eventually. Campbell holding all the momentum now. Jenkins with the ball out the back of the scrum. Into Lewis. Lewis with a flat ball to Calderbank. It's Josh Hughes. It's Calderbank again, and he makes the break. Harry Hall clings onto him from dear life. Jenkins takes it into contact, the scrum half, and it's well rocked by Brighton, and they get over the ball now.
Campbell have certainly found their feet in this second half of the match, equalising and now pushing again and again into the Brighton half.
We've got 3 minutes to go in this one as the ball's taken out of play by Brighton, and it'll be a Campbell ball. About halfway into the Brighton half here. Campbell really building something here. But Brighton's defence has been resilient so far this tournament. And here they come again with a great run through and some more yards gained. It's Jenkins out the back of the ruck. Calderbank, Lewis. He's got Marshall with him. Takes it into contact and presented nicely. The rucking has been so good for Campbell. It's number 10, that's Jake Lederer. Lederer beats 2 men before being brought down.
You can see here the Campbell players are they're finding those gaps, but they're also having the ability,
and it's lost away and it's hacked away by French before.
There's a really good opportunity of an overload there, okay? So
and the referee calls it back.
Okay? Free kick here, Campbell. Need you to drop 7
for a...
just in front of the try line.
I don't actually know quite what's happened. I don't know the referee's call there.
I think it's a Campbell ball in.
It will be a Campbell free kick.
And this close to the Brighton line, that could be quite dangerous.
As Brighton just trying to make sure they're playing with their full allotment of players. And as the sub comes off for, I think that's Crosley. And we're back into it with Jenkins. Finds Lewis down that right-hand side for Campbell, and he's fought off 2 here, and he's still going as a maul breaks out into the ruck now. It's Rye. Battleful over the line. Is he down? He is! Campbell have turned it around in the second half, and with a minute to go, they take the lead. 3 tries to 2 as Alex Rye yet again with a strong run into the gain line. Bulldozed his way over and got it down. Under pressure from 5 Brighton players. Campbell come through and have turned it around here.
You can see the power behind Rye's play, where every time he just bulldozes through defensive lines like that. Brighton find themselves 1 try down, but it's not over yet. We've still got a minute left to play.
Absolutely is. Campbell kick off and Brighton have possession now. Campbell needs to stay strong, and on this last play now, can Campbell hold on to it? It's Henry Hall for Brighton, the magic man for them. Finds the ball out wide to number 11, Cooper Trim, before he's wrapped up in a really high press by Campbell. Have Brighton got anything to give here? And it'll be a Brighton ball. Out to Hall again. Hall makes the break. Is this it for Brighton?
Fantastic run. Amazing speed. Running past those players. You can see he's got the energy behind him now. The team pile over for the ruck.
Right, it's another Campbell ruck, and it's so strong in there, but Brighton retain the possession.
Taken out by Blick, passed over to number 13, Joe Staples.
Now wrapped up again by Campbell. And another rucking chance. Great counter right comes in from Brighton. And they've got men over on this right hand side as the ball comes out. And they've got men support here.
Down
It's
to
Hove.
Hove.
It's taken into contact, and then an expert Campbell ruck comes in.
Campbell make the
And the ball is a
turnover.
bit loose. Have Campbell turned it over?
No, it's back to Brighton again. And back
And
to
Campbell
Campbell.
have taken it. Ellis,
And there's the clearing kick.
Lewis into touch. And that is full time. Campbell turned this game on its head from 2-0 down. And they head through to the cup final over on pitch 1. Brighton, valiant effort. So great in this tournament, so unlucky to lose it there.
That was absolutely amazing play from both sides there. Brighton did incredibly well, getting those early tries. Sadly, Campbell were able to find their momentum, find their pace, deliver those amazing 3 tries in that second half.
Absolutely. Well, it's been an absolutely amazing night here on pitch 2. I've been Ethan Cowler. Go over, watch pitch 1. We've got 2 incredible finals for you, both in the plate and in the cup. Campbell and Pulborough from this pitch will be competing for both of those bits of silverware. Thank you very much for watching us tonight. It's been a pleasure to be with you throughout the tournament. Thank you very much.